Assalamu alaikum. This is Brother Clifton Raheem Bradley from out of the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois. I'm gonna step out the way so you can see everybody's talking about Chris Rock. Everybody's talking about Will Smith and what happened and all this. Everybody, I'm turning on the news. Why don't first of all show you a picture? That is a picture of Will Smith. And he punched Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a comedian. He's a comedian. Okay. But from what I understand, this is what they're talking about in America right now. That's all they're talking about. What happened is, first of all, my name is Clifton Raheem Bradley. Assalamu alaikum. And you know what? I do a television show called The Underground Railroad that comes on every Saturday night at 10:30. I'm swinging, but I ain't punching nobody. And what happened is, and we do video productions in Chicago. I could set up something for you like this in your own house. Okay, the way you can, hell, I can run the whole thing. I teach you how to do it for a consulting fee. But anyway, that's all they've been talking about in the news. I had some problems last night, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do a stream today. And you know what? You really can't say what you're going to do. You say, inshallah, if it's the will of Allah. And what happened is, who is Will Smith? For somebody that does not know who Will Smith is, first of all, what is the Oscars? And maybe somebody looking at this and say, Oscars, what is he talking about? Okay. The Oscars comes on television every single year. Every year. And what happened is, if you made a movie or a documentary, you will get recognition by your peers at the Academy that do the same thing for doing a spectacular job. That's not to take anything away from the other people that are doing the same thing. You can't take anything away from them. Who knows? One day I may make a movie. One day I may not make a movie. I don't know. But anyway, they were at the Oscars, and you had stars there like Whoopi Goldberg, and you had what's that? Who's the guy that plays Medea? Tyler Perry that plays Medea. The guy that dresses up as a woman, but he's made a lot of money. He's made a lot of money. And we can't forget Denzel Washington and Meryl Streep. I'm pretty sure she was there. And what happened is, Chris Rock is a comedian. He made a show called Everybody Hates Chris. Okay. But what happened is, he was making jokes because that was his job. His job was to joke. That was his job, was to tell jokes at the Academy Awards. That was his job. Okay, I got it. I got that. Okay. First of all, I did not even look at the Academy Awards because I'll get into that. I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about that another day, about the reason why I don't look at the awards. But what happened is, Chris Rock made disparaging words, comments. Comedian. He's a comedian about Will Smith's wife. Okay. And her name is Jada Pinkett Smith. Some women when they get married, they want to keep their last name. And there's nothing wrong with a female that's keeping her last name. You know, carries on the lineage, especially if he didn't have no sons. But what happened is he got up there making jokes, hollering, and then he got to talking about, see you on, he was talking about her hair loss. He said to his wife, I'll see you in the second G.I. Joe movie. And everyone, I'm not gonna say everybody, most people know about G.I. Joe. He has a low cut haircut because if you're a Marine, G.I. Joe, for people that don't know, is a toy figure. But they made a movie dealing for children about it. And he said, I'll see you in the G.I. Joe movie. He was talking about her hair. And you know what? Everybody just started laughing. Everybody laughed. They thought, you know what? They thought it was funny. You know what? I'll tell you, I didn't think it was that funny. I did not think it was that funny. But you know what was interesting is that Will Smith. I'm gonna give y'all a little music. Okay. So Will Smith, everybody was laughing, which I didn't think it was one of Chris Rock's best jokes. But what happened is he was laughing. And what happened is he went up. When he saw the picture, the cameras was specifically pointing on them when they made that joke. And what happened is he was laughing, but what happened is his wife's hair went down like this. Let's put his wife's hair down like that. Then he got up, poof, standing too high. He got up and walked up to the stage looking like the Hulk. You know, that's a Marvel character. And he got close to Chris Rock. When Chris Rock saw him gotta get up, he said, "Oh, S-H-I-T," like that. That's what he said. And I thought he was going to say, "Don't say that about my wife." And what I understood other people say, I didn't see it. I only put it originally out. So what happened is he got up there and he hit Chris Rock in the jaw. And I was like, man, you know what? Nobody was expecting that. Nobody was expecting that. And you know what? I'm gonna give it to Chris Rock, because you know what? Afterwards, he said, "Oh shit, I just got hit in the jaw by Will Smith, who was the actor." Okay, people that don't know, Will Smith has made movies like Independence Day, Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence. He even played Muhammad Ali in Hitch and I, Robot. Okay. And what happened is he hit him in the jaw. Now you know what? I wasn't expecting it. I don't think that people would think that Will Smith would do something like that. Will Smith's own mother said that, you know what, he has never conducted himself in that way, in that manner. That's what Will Smith's mother said. And it was just interesting. If you have a comment and you want to put it in the chat room, and what happened is after he hit him in the jaw, he walked back. He walked back to his chair. And he sat down. And then he made the statement, "You better not say nothing about my dad. You better not say nothing about my damn wife again. You better not say anything about my wife again." And I was like, Okay, I got a chat. Okay, we will talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock. Thank you. And you know what? He said, and then he used profanity. He said, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. And then Chris Rock said, I didn't mean no offense, brother. He said, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. And it was just interesting, and I'm telling you, man, you know what? If you're from Canada, if you're from Mexico, Central America, Peru, Brazil, Europe, Asia, Africa, the UK, forget Alaska and Australia, this is all that they have been talking about in the news. And actually, I'll kind of be glad when it's all over. And you probably say, I'll be glad that it's over. I'm sitting up here doing a show about it because it's current news. But you know what? But when the news media, oh, he hit him in the chest. Okay. And he hit him in the face. But what happened is I didn't understand to a certain extent, because what I didn't understand is I would think that security would have escorted Will Smith out of the theater where they would have an Oscar. That they didn't know. But you know what? But if you're a star, you have certain status. He sat down during the whole thing, and you know what? I would say it had me. You know what? I have a newfound respect for Chris Rock. I'm not gonna say I never thought ill of Chris Rock anyway, but I never thought he was funny. But I did enjoy movies that he made. Like, hey man, he was in New Jack City, played Pookie, Ice-T or Ice Cube or whoever. He was in that show. He was a star. And the brother that played Nino Brown, Wesley Snipes. I'm sorry, Wesley Snipes ran into those tax problems. And you know what? Chris Rock has played in Head of the State and Madagascar. It's a cartoon-like thing that the kids love. And you know what? He is very, very fortunate that Chris Rock, he helped his composure. And like I said, if you like this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you don't like this, give me a thumbs down. If you see where I need some improvement on something, please let me know. I am going to work on the sound. I'm going to work on the sound where it's much better. I'm going to give you the acoustics, as they say in school. Who knows? I may get Bose speakers, or I may get some Sennheisers to work on the sound, on the audio, to make it better, And what happened is with Chris Rock, I have more respect for Chris Rock because you know what? To me, it takes a man to get hit in the jaw. Okay, Lindsay, hey, what's happening? And it takes a man to get hit in the jaw after it's perceived that he did something wrong and not retaliate. So I have a great deal of respect for Chris Rock. And Will Smith, I sort of understand, but I don't understand because I guess he took it. He looked at it like, this man is disrespecting my wife. But he's a comedian. And I always say, like, if I've been to a comedy club before. Me and my wife been to a comedy club. And the thing is, when you sit up in the front row, you could expect for the comedian to roast you. What I mean roast you, to make a joke about you. And what happened is, Will Smith overreacted. I think that Will Smith, Tyrone Perry, how you doing? We will talk about Brother Salim and Chris Rock. Okay, no doubt. Listen to the Haymakers with Brother Salim. And I forgot the other brother's name. They will talk about this incident. I think Saturday at 6 o'clock. They will talk about that. And you know what? It's a great show. It's a great show. And you know what? You should support this show. You know what I'm saying? They send me the link. I'll go ahead. You know, I put it in my description somewhere. Somebody said, "Why are you gonna do that, man, for this show?" You know what, man? Whatever Allah has for me, I'll get. Whatever Allah doesn't want me to have, I can't do nothing about it anyway. So we're born into this. We're born into the dunya, into this earth to help each other. So that's why I say support. You know, support the Haymakers, because they are working diligently to produce great, not good content, great content. And they do it on a regular basis. Okay. But you know what? Getting back to Chris Rock, I have a newfound respect for him. And you know what? He's a comedian, and you know what? He has some gigs, has some jobs. And the tickets, I think, was $35 now for a front row ticket to see Chris Rock. Almost like about $780. But like I said, I have more respect for Chris Rock. I really do. He's a, you know what? It takes a man to do something like that, to be hit in the jaw. And you know what? And not to retaliate. I think that only happened to me one time. It happened to me. You know what? There's a guy that hit me in the jaw. And you know what? He was weak. He was pathetic. You know what? He was far behind back then. And then you know what? I looked at him. And I said, you know what, man? I'm not even going to waste my time. You know what? I'm not even going to waste my time. That's what I said to myself. So it was Chris Rock. I have a lot of respect for him. Now, hell, I look at him totally different, like I said. And Will Smith, you don't know what Will Smith is going through. And I'm not making no excuse for him. He has open marriage. People that don't know what an open marriage is. Open marriage means, you know, what you can be with who you want to be with on the other level, and I can be with who I want to on the other level. And he watched his mother being abused by his father. And he was not in a position to do anything about it. So you know what? That's an issue. And you know what? I'm going to tackle that one day. You know what? Because no man should put his hands on a woman. You know, I don't care if she punch you, hit you in the jaw, kick you in your scrotums, or your lower parts. A man should have the ability to walk away. You know, I learned that late in life, and I'm telling on myself, but it's okay. I mean, hell, people gonna think what they're gonna think, but you know what? It might just help somebody else. That's what it is. It might help somebody else. Should know, no man. I would say the day that you lift your hand and hit a woman, to me, that's the day that you gave up your man. You know? But you know what? I just let them talk, 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 let them talk. And if you're wrong, you should be man enough to go ahead and take the tongue lash. I don't usually do. What I usually do is I take a walk. You know, because when you put in a situation like that, when you hear, you know what, and they constantly say, I would say the best thing is it takes two people to argue, and I say the best thing is you need to take the time out, and you know what, you need to go take a walk or something like that. But you know what, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the tape of what happened with Chris Rock. If this cooperates with me, who knows? Who knows? That is what I'm going to do. You know, if everything works out, you know, thing is with this, I'm still working with it to get it better. But you know what? I think you have to try. And you know what? If I would have been a person that didn't try, I couldn't have made it this far. And you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make errors. But you got to know how to pivot. And you have to have a secondary plan. But y'all don't want to see that. Y'all want to see what happened with Chris Rock. I know. I'm going to show that to you. Okay?
Growing outrage today over the smack heard around the world.
Oh, wow!
Some are calling on the Academy Awards to take away Will Smith's Oscar. The actor. There's growing outrage today over the smack heard around the world.
Oh, wow!
Some are calling on the Academy Awards to take away Will Smith's Oscar. The actor became enraged after Chris Rock poked fun at Smith's wife Jada's bald head.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Smith seems to find it funny at first, but Jada's eye roll indicates her displeasure.
Uh-oh, Richard.
And then it happened. Smith drew back and slapped Rock across the face with his open hand. Chris Rock is stunned, almost knocked off his feet by the blow, but he keeps his cool.
Oh, wow! Wow!
Smith is not done. Back at his seat, he starts screaming at Rock. In the U.S., the audio was cut by ABC, but across the world, it was broadcast live and uncensored.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Chris Rock remained remarkably composed.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
He's shaken, but carries on presenting the award.
We are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for Best Documentary.
Meanwhile, in millions of homes across the USA, people wondered what the heck just happened. Actress Lupita Nyong'o, sitting behind Smith, is wide-eyed in disbelief. I was watching in the press room. At first we thought it was a gag, but then it felt like the air left the room, and we sat in stunned disbelief at Will Smith's violent and emotional meltdown.
We thought it was a scripted moment.
We thought initially it was choreographed.
Today, there is widespread condemnation over Smith's violent outburst.
No excuse for violence.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
No.
To see someone who's been that beloved for decades, it was troubling on so many levels.
In a withering statement, the Motion Picture Academy said it condemns the actions of Mr. Smith at last night's show. We have officially started a formal review and will explore further action and consequences. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach covered the Oscars for GMA.
It made you feel sick to your stomach. It was like a gut punch to all of us, I feel.
It's just so hard to understand. His wife was not being physically attacked. She was being attacked with words. She was being insulted. Any man who's married, he wants to defend his wife from that type of attack. But we teach our boys and our girls from the moment they're old enough to walk and understand. You do not react with violence.
Chris Rock is being praised for showing restraint.
He was slapped in front of millions of people internationally, and he took the high road in his response.
Here's what you didn't see. Moments after the slap during the commercial break, Will Smith is in tears, and two Hollywood heavyweights, Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry, offer advice. Then Bradley Cooper puts his hand on Smith's shoulders and comforts him. Oscars co-host Amy Schumer tried to lift the mood.
Did I miss anything? There's like a different vibe in here.
And then 43 minutes and 50 seconds after the slap seen round the world, Smith won the Best Actor award for his portrayal of Serena and Venus Williams' father, Richard, in the movie King Richard.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. But love will make you do crazy things.
His eyes welled with tears as he offered an apology.
I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
But there was no apology for Chris Rock. Today, Los Angeles police said that Rock is not pressing charges. The individual involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved party desires a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report.
A lot of people have called out the Academy saying, can you let him go on stage and speak for over 5 minutes? If this were a seat filler and not a celebrity, they certainly would have been escorted out, perhaps even arrested.
Rock has poked fun at the Smiths before.
Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad, said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
But the G.I. Jane joke hit a raw nerve. Jada suffers from alopecia and has struggled with hair loss for years, finally deciding to shave her head.
I do not believe that Chris Rock knew that Jada has alopecia and that it was a painful thing. He is not a malicious guy. He is not a snarky guy.
After the Oscars, Smith skipped the governor's ball. But 3 hours later, he showed up at the Vanity Fair party with his entire family, proudly showing off his Oscar and celebrating into the night, dancing up a storm.
So, this is been in the news, which I will be glad. I'll probably say I'm part of it, I'm doing it, but it's current news. And the thing is, this is basically been, in the United States, they have been talking about this like wildfires. This has been spread like wildfires. And like I said, it's unfortunate that it happened, but there's some people, see what you think, there's some people that believe that Will Smith should have the nomination taken away from him because he won Actor of the Year for his performance in the movie King Richard, which I'm gonna tell you, man, I enjoyed King Richard. I thought it was insane, and I love to see them give awards for excellence, especially to people of color. I do. It's the truth. It doesn't make me prejudiced. I mean, sometimes I think people like Denzel Washington and people like that, they're overlooked. That's what I believe. Okay. But it was unnecessary. But I will say something that Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington, they won did everything they could to talk to Will Smith. To tell him what you did, that wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. And I think I'm quoting Denzel Washington, but not verbatim. Verbatim means word for word. That once you rise to the top, people are going to criticize you. And that's when the devil do they lie. It's really busy to cause disturbance on your oasis in your village. Okay. And you know what? I think he said that when he accepted it, he accepted the nomination. Now they are trying to determine right now what are going to be the actions of the Oscars. The Oscars again is where stars get recognition and for performances they have made. And people that make movies on camera and cinematic music, they get awards, and they're trying to determine what do they do. And I think it would be unprecedented if they took the Oscar away from Will Smith. There's some people that are suggesting that. Because to me, you don't take away something like that. If you disagree with me, let me know. But you know what? To me, you don't take away something like that after a person has won. You don't do that. You know, I mean, that's my personal opinion. But like I said, you may have a different view, and if you do, put it in the chat room, okay? And I thought something good came out. Like I said, that's the only thing I can say good came out of it is that Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington, who I think, it's strange how Denzel Washington, he got an Academy Award for playing. I think he played in, what was that? Well, he played a bad cop or something like that, Training Day. But I thought that he should have got the award for playing Malcolm X, Nation of Islam. And when he got out of the Nation of Islam, I thought that was a superb performance. But what happened is you talk to them, and that's good. But like I say, Will Smith, we all have problems. We all have difficulties to deal with. And I believe these three aspects and things that I don't know about happen. Will Smith again, his wife being able to be who she want to be with, and he can be with who he wants to. They have an open marriage. Watching his mother be abused by his father, he could do nothing about it at that age. His daughter has a different way of life. I'm not gonna say what it is. Y'all can research that, and that can be disturbing to some people. It could be. I'm not going to say, but you do your research and find out about his daughter. Don't spread nothing. But and his wife confessed to him and the public the best relationship she ever had was with Tupac Shakur, who was a rapper. And she cried. And she talks about it. And you know what? I believe that's like, if I keep on talking about a girlfriend to my wife, and I know She's still. You know what? Some people that can hurt emotionally. So you don't know what Will Smith is going. You don't know what he's going through because I will still say that it's inexcusable what he did. But you got some people talking about, oh man, you know what? Chris Rock, man, he ain't no man. He should have hit him back. You know, I'm being animated by saying they should have hit him back or done something like that. You know, I think Chris Rock showed excellent composure. He did. I think he said to himself, did wrong. And Will Smith, the actor, he is very, very fortunate that charges was not pressed against him by Chris Rock. Very fortunate. He's very, very fortunate that Chris Rock didn't sue because he has evidence. And I hope there's nobody out there that talks. I hope there's nobody out there that actually talks Chris Rock into doing it. I don't believe he would do that. And so that's my spin. And you know what? Whatever situation Will Smith is going through, I hope that he can get therapy. Because sometimes you think a friend can help. You need a professional therapist can guide him in, his plane in, and give him direction. Like you guide the plane in, you give him signals, you give him directions on how to handle. Because there's something internal that is going on in his life. There's something going on in most of our lives. And I hope that he will get the help that he needs. You know, I was looking at an interview. He said he works. He's not working, he's writing a script. But I would hope that he would. And you know what? I think for Chris Rock, you know what? People out there listening, he's a hell of a man. He's a hell of a man, in my opinion. Because actually, I think he hit in the jaw. He still kept on doing his job. But I was reading something about Chris Rock. I read it today. I forgot what the article was. Chris Rock said, I've been letting people push me around since I was in grade school. Because with my anger, I don't know how far I would go. I read that. And I said, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know. But this time it was warranted, not just when my personal opinion. He's to be commended for not pressing any charges. He's commended for not suing him. He is commended for that. And like I said, and I hope that I have gotten in fights with people. And you know what? We usually end up being friends and gain more respect for each other than what we had, what we originally had. I have, you know, but I don't really too much. Sometimes it's bad. It can be bad for me, and then I have to check myself because you know what? Sometimes when somebody pushes me, I have a tendency to push back because you know it's something that I was taught that people are not going to do any more to you than you let them do. They're not. It's not going to do it. But sometimes it is good. It is good to go to the real. Because what happened is you may have done something. You may have offended somebody to make them react in a way like that. And just forget it and let them know I'm sorry. You know, people saying Chris Rock is not a man because he backed down. You know what? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. I have much respect for him. I see Chris Rock in a totally different sense, you know. Getting to the news, that's what's going on. Like I say, in the United States, that's what they're talking about. Whether you're from, I want people to know that you're from Canada, you're from Mexico, you're from Central America, you're from Europe, you're from Africa, you're from Asia, you're from Australia, okay, China, Russia, North Pole, South Pole. This has dominated the conversations at the McDonald's that I go to, and pool halls that I don't go to, and I could just sit around and that's all they're talking about. But you know what? I'd be glad when it's buried. You probably say I'd be glad when it's buried. And I'm sitting up there doing a show on it. I'm only doing a show on it because you know what? It is current news. Okay. And what's going on in Russia right now is that you know what, everything is simmering down. I'm talking about the battle is simmering down. And I think the main thing is that Russia has gotten a point across, and they do not want the Ukraine to join NATO. And you know what? I believe by sitting back and analyzing that's the main reason that it escalated to that point. But I already said how I feel about it. But the thing is, I really don't believe that the country to really look out for, is China. Very smart people. I believe that their leaders are smarter and shrewder than the leaders in the United States of America. I served in the military, okay? I love the United States, but I believe their leaders are smart, and I believe that in China, they're studying to look at the mistakes of Russia, so they won't minimize their errors when they invade Taiwan. I believe at some point, because they consider Taiwan, which Taiwan is probably like the distance. Let's say, for example, you have Florida and you have Cuba. It might be a little farther distance, but they consider Taiwan to be part of their province. And the thing is, they're flying over it. But I believe that the Chinese, even though Mr. Xi is a smart man, even though he's sitting back doing this, in no way am I making fun of him. No, because you know what? I respect their culture and their people. He's sitting back watching, and he's sitting back and analyzing. It's like playing chess. You know what? You think, and he has the opportunity to watch the game, and it's not a game. He has an opportunity to watch what is going on in the Ukraine right now. And you know what? I think that he's going to, if the United States does invade Taiwan, I don't think they're going to have no problem. But I don't know if the president will get the support of the American people if China did go to invade Taiwan. Because right now, China, their president has ordered that Taiwan is being flown over by military planes. It's like Russia flying over the United States of America, and we don't do anything about it. They're flying over Taiwan right now, and they're testing to see how fast they respond. See, if we come west, how fast do they respond? If we come east, fly that way? How fast do they respond? If we come to this end, and then analyze it. And China is a juggernaut. The United States of America, we have lost so much grounds to China. We will never be able to compete with China when it comes to manufacturing products, because you know what, they make a superior product. But the thing is, they don't pay their workers like they pay the people in the union. And I was in the union, and I want union wages. But the thing is, if I have a union worker and he's making a product for me to make a profit, I'm selling for a great price, reasonable price. But China's economy is structured different than the United States of America. They don't have unions. I'm not gonna say they don't have unions. The Communist Party runs everything, so I don't believe they have unions. So the thing is, they can manufacture a good a product. It costs $4 because people in the U.S. are getting union wages, which I love the unions. Love them. It's in the union. And the thing is, in the union, so they cannot sell it at the same price. They cannot. So how can you compete with a country if you cannot make the same product for the same price? And see, the thing is, one difference is the assembly line. You know what? I think Ford came up with the first assembly line for cars, the Ford automobile. One thing about the assembly line, they just push them out. But the thing is about China, they take the ideas of the lowest man on the assembly line, if they have assembly line, and the highest man, and they work on improving their products. So therefore, but on a lot of places have robots, because a lot of jobs are being lost by robotics. Okay. Algorithms decide what's going to be done, and one day you might be reporting to work, and you say, you know what? You have a robot that's your boss. And your robot says, I'm going to say me, Mr. Bradley, you are not fulfilling the quota. You are not fulfilling the quota. This is a warning. This is a warning. It reminds me of there's a show in the United States called The Jetsons, and there was a boss called Uniblab. If anybody watched The Jetsons, he came up to Mr. Jetson. That's who the show's name. You're not fulfilling your quota. You're not fulfilling. See, they're not. I would say that employers, I don't think that they really worried about it, people losing their job, because see, the thing is, there's thousands of people that are out of work, but there's a lot of people that don't want to work. But going back to what I said, robots will be running this society where, you go in for a cup of coffee and they will ask you, hey, what do you want? And you know what? And then I guess the employer, it would be an advantage to employer, because you know what? Employer would be like, man, I don't have to pay any sick days. I don't have to pay any vacation days. I don't have to pay any holidays. They don't have a union. I don't have to worry about workers' comp. I don't even have to worry about that. And I believe, you know what, this is basic. This is what we're coming to. That's why they need a universal income. They need a universal income, in my opinion, because a lot of universal income, it's almost like, hey, you giving somebody something because there's not a lot of opportunities out there. I think Peter Buttigieg, who is the transportation secretary for Joe Biden, suggested that. I think I forgot the Asian guy, and he suggested, I think that they need a universal plan where people get paid, because you know what, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs to technology. A lot of people. It's just the way it is. I saw this prototype where even at the pizza place, there's a little robot that was going down the streets delivering the pizza to the man's or the woman's door. So you know what? That's a lot of people are going to be hurt economically. But I am so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so close to retirement. I'm so glad. But the thing is, the thing is with these jobs, I would say that the United States will never, ever be able to manufacture a product the same price as someone in China or India, because of the pay structure of what you pay your union worker. It won't. And the United States is in debt to China. They're in debt. Like I lend you $20, and you know what? Then you come back, you ain't paying me back. You say, man, give me $20 more. They keep on raising the debt ceiling. Okay, come back for $100. We're gonna raise the debt ceiling. Raise the debt ceiling. Okay, when you gonna pay me back? I mean, at some point, I wonder if China is gonna say, yeah, when you gonna pay me back? But see, I say the Chinese, their president, Xi or whatever his name is, he's smart enough to know that they're buying up the United States. They're buying it up. They're buying it up. They're buying it up. They're buying it up. And you know what, China, it's just structured differently because it's a communistic society. And they are building up their military. Oh man, we have great military strength in the United States of America. But China, they are building up their military so they can challenge and not be in a subservient position. And then in technology, at some point, I believe they're almost equal to us. They will surpass us because they understand they have 1 million soldiers. Millions of them. They have them. Active and reserve. They had the research. But the thing is, what they realize is the real soldier is in the chip that you put in the computer. And if you understand technology, you can use that metadata to collect a lot of information. Smart on it. Don't get me wrong. Biden is a smart man, but you know what? There's so much opposition that he meets. And the thing is, with the Communist Party, they think collectively, and I believe that their politicians are much smarter than the politicians in the United States. They're doing their hair like this, brother. And the thing is, I will say it again, they understand about the military. And they have many soldiers, but they understand that the real soldier is the computer chip. Understand? Our educational system has been dummied down. I think George Carlin said it. He was a comedian. He said, "Hell, man, they want you just to be smart enough to work their machines. They want you just to be smart enough to do the task, and they don't want you to think critically." And they have watered down the educational system in the United States of America. Man, they don't even teach cursor writing anymore. And a lot of schools have taken out, what's the subject, man? Music. Everybody said, man, what difference does that make that they took out music? But say that when you take out music, okay, what music does is once you learn, I think it's 9 or 10 notes, but hey man, I ain't no music expert. But the thing is, once you learn music, you start to think critically. It's like going to college. You start to think critically. Okay, hey, thank you. This Jaga. Thank you. But you know what? But like I said, once you take music out of a curriculum, you know what? You start. That's a problem because, like I said, they don't want you thinking critically. You know, that's why they're building up a new world order system. To where eventually they know that we're losing jobs to China, but eventually you're going to be outsourced. The majority of people will be outsourced, and they will be getting a universal check. I believe they're going to come to that conclusion. You know, they're going to have to give the people something. What's something they're going to have to do? And let me see what else about China. They understand the educational system. I go back to what I originally said. To get out of 8th grade, you got to be able to speak 2 languages. I'm not talking about if you're in a remedial class. I'm talking about under normal circumstances. You have to be able to speak 2 languages. And you know what? And if you make A's, you get in your local newspaper. In China, you get in your local newspaper. And they treat their teachers like rock stars. That is what they do. Okay. They treat their teachers like, you know how, let's just say, Michael Jordan was coming through. Everybody would be, oh man, you know what? King James, President Biden, it would be like, whoa. But see, they treat their teachers like they are superstars because they understand that they are teaching the young and feeding them knowledge where China may become a very dominant nation. And that's the way I see it. Russia, I'm not really worried about that. You know, but China, and you know what, they know how to appease the president, Joe Biden and all of them, and act like they agree with them and their policies, but they don't really agree with their policies. But they're smart enough not to go around beating their chest unless they have to. And I believe they would beat it. So China's military is building, the educational system is building, and China is also very, very smart, because I saw something. They're buying land. Not buying, they're giving loans to countries in Africa. I would say, why they feel so good to the African nation, the diaspora? Because they're smart enough and they're intelligent enough to know that Africa, yeah, the loot, ain't no question about that. They're smart enough to know that Africa has materials and minerals that can be used to help the China cause and for them to make profit. So what they're doing is very smart. They're giving loans to Africa, to leaders in their countries, and they know economically they're hurt. But what happened is, for collateral, they put the land up for collateral. In other words, it's like, you know what, put it on another level. That's like, man, you know what, I need some money. China, you know, see, that's China. I say, man, you know what, I'm trying to pawn this watch. You say, okay, that's fine. The watch is worth, it's a Rolex. Lord knows I don't roll a Rolex watch. And they say, but they don't have no finances. In China, I say, hey, China, you know what? Hey, would you give me a loan on it? I say, yeah. And they're already looking at your, okay, I got something in the chat room we will talk about. Okay, Chris Rock, no doubt. Okay, and you know what happened is, when I give China the loan, they got a Rolex watch and they looking at me being unsophisticated, uncouth, not having any resources. They know that 9 times out of 10, Brother Raheem Cliff will not be able to pay that loan back. Smart! But it's okay. Because you know what? If Cliff doesn't pay me back, I still got a Rolex watch. And then on the open market, it's worth a lot of money. So what I'm saying is their collateral is their land. And they know in the diaspora of Africa, there's so many materials that can be utilized to expand a communistic regime, like in Hong Kong, when the Queen in England gave it back to China, and they know that. And what happened is, when they get it alone, they're giving it to a part of the country that is strategically located on the outskirts, near the edge of Africa, and they can use that as a port. They're smart. They understand. You know, so that's what I was saying about China. Very smart. Like I said, I just do not believe that the politicians in the United States of America, I don't believe this part of our school. I don't believe it. Just don't. And then they're almost beating us in cyber technology, where they have a big group. China has a big group of people to sit back and study technology and know and learn cyber technology, and they can make attacks on countries. What do I mean by attacks? This is what I mean by attacks. Somebody said, what is he talking about attack? Attack where there are hackers. Maybe hackers looking at this now. There are hackers to say, you know what? I'm going to gain access to, I'm going to make up something, Lone Star's internet network. And I'm going to hold it for ransom. And if they don't give me, I can still get the money because they have accounts in there. They have passwords and credit cards. And they hold it for ransom. And some companies say it's just not worth it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pay them the ransom to get it over with, and then they redesign their software. So China has a whole group of people, and they're making cyber attacks. And if they're not making cyber attack, somebody might be saying they're not making cyber attack, but if they're not making cyber attacks, hypothetically, they have the capability of making cyber attacks, especially when it's a war. And it's kind of scary because you know what? They have nuclear capability. That's kind of scary. It's kind of scary the most. It's not really scary to me because you know what? I know that I'm not going to leave here before Allah God wants me to leave anyway. So that's what's going on in the United States. What's going? I'm gonna tell y'all something that you may not know. I want y'all to look up. I'm gonna type it in here. Look up HARRP. Look that up. Alaska. I talk about Alaska. The Russians sold Alaska to the United States. They have a weather control device called HARRP. HARP. You gotta look it up, okay? Because I did the research. So what does HARP do? Why is it so important? Because it shoots up ions in the ionosphere that can change weather patterns. But look it up. Look it up, Joe. Look it up. I looked it up. So therefore, they can hurt your nation with a storm, a tsunami. It's a possibility. But that is what HARP is. I'm going to put that in again. HARRP. Put that in your search engine in Google, Yahoo, or AOL, or MSN, and find out what HARRP is. It's just a weather controlling apparatus that shoots up. Not down, beam me down, Scotty. On Star Trek, when it shoots up it shoots up beams up into the ionosphere. Ionosphere is the part of the atmosphere to manipulate the weather. And it's interesting, man. You know something my daddy said. He said, man, you know what? You say read. You say because what you don't know. You say, man, you say it'll make a whole new world. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, make a whole new world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to close out. But you know what? I'm going to play the Will Smith thing one more time. I'm going to play it one more time. And you know what? So there may have been people that came in and you know what? Yeah, I didn't see it. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to show it one more time. And who knows, this probably be the last show that I do about this. Maybe it will. It'll be the last. Probably so. But that depends. If Chris Rock comes out and say, you know what, I'm going to press charges. I would hate that he do that. I really would. What? I'm going to sue him. I would hate he do that. But I'm going to show it to you one more time. Okay? That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Okay?
There's growing outrage today over the smack heard around the world.
Oh, wow!
Some are calling on the Academy Awards to take away Will's...
Uh-oh.
There's growing outrage today over the smack heard around the world.
Oh, wow!
Some are calling on the Academy Awards to take away Will Smith's Oscar. The actor became enraged after Chris Rock poked fun at Smith's wife Jada's bald head.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Smith seems to find it funny at first, but Jada's eye roll indicates her displeasure.
Uh-oh, Richard!
And then it happened. Smith drew back and slapped Rock across the face with his open hand. Chris Rock is stunned, almost knocked off his feet by the blow, but he keeps his cool.
Oh, wow! Wow!
Smith is not done. Back at his seat, he starts screaming at Rock. In the U.S., the audio was cut by ABC, but across the world it was broadcast live and uncensored.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Chris Rock remained remarkably composed.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
He's shaken, but carries on presenting the award.
We are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for Best Documentary.
Meanwhile, in millions of homes across the USA, people wondered what the heck just happened. Actress Lupita Nyong'o, sitting behind Smith, is wide-eyed in disbelief. I was watching in the press room. At first we thought it was a gag, but then it felt like the air left the room, and we sat in stunned disbelief at Will Smith's violent and emotional meltdown.
We thought it was a scripted moment.
We thought initially it was choreographed.
Today, there is widespread condemnation over Smith's violent outburst.
No excuse for violence.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
No.
To see someone who's been that beloved for decades, it was troubling on so many levels.
In a withering statement, the Motion Picture Academy said it condemns the actions of Mr. Smith at last night's show. We have officially started a formal review and will explore further action and consequences. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach covered the Oscars for GMA.
It made you feel sick to your stomach. It was like a gut punch to all of us, I think.
It's just so hard to understand. His wife was not being physically attacked. She was being attacked with words. She was being insulted. Any man who's married, he wants to defend his wife from that type of attack. But we teach our boys and our girls from the moment they're old enough to walk and understand. You do not react with violence.
Chris Rock is being praised for showing restraint.
He was slapped in front of millions of people internationally, and he took the high road in his response.
Here's what you didn't see. Moments after the slap during the commercial break, Will Smith is in tears. Two Hollywood heavyweights, Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry, offer advice. Then Bradley Cooper puts his hand on Smith's shoulders and comforts him. Oscars co-host Amy Schumer tried to lift the mood.
Did I miss anything? There's like a different vibe in here.
And then 43 minutes and 50 seconds after the slap seen round the world,
Will
Smith won the Best Actor award for his portrayal of Serena and Venus Williams' father, Richard, in the movie King Richard.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. But love will make you do crazy things.
His eyes welled with tears as he offered an apology.
I know to do what we do, you gotta be able to take abuse. You gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. I wanna apologize to the Academy. I wanna apologize to all my fellow nominees.
But there was no apology for Chris Rock. Today, Los Angeles police said that Rock is not pressing charges. The individual involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved party desires a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report.
A lot of people have called out the Academy saying, can you let him go on stage and speak for over 5 minutes? If this were a seat filler and not a celebrity, they certainly would have been escorted out, perhaps even arrested.
Rock has poked fun at the Smiths before.
Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. I get it. You get mad? Said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
But the G.I. Jane joke hit a raw nerve. Jada suffers from alopecia and has struggled with hair loss for years, finally deciding to shave her head.
I do not believe that Chris Rock knew that Jada has alopecia, and that it was a painful thing. He is not a malicious guy. He is not a snarky guy.
After the Oscars, Smith skipped the governor's ball. But 3 hours later, he showed up at the Vanity Fair party with his entire family, proudly showing off his Oscar and celebrating into the night, dancing up a storm.
So that is what is going on in the United States of America. And you know what? I'm gonna do everything I can. I want to thank all of the people that made donations to my PayPal account. Thank you, because you helped me to be able to afford to get better equipment. Better. So, thank you. And to the people out there that are listening, you know what? If you cannot give me a donation to my PayPal account, which is in the link below, I really would appreciate that you give me a prayer. Include me in your salats. With the time that I have remaining in the dunya on earth to complete the mission and my assignment to disseminate information. I don't know why the assignment was given to me. I don't speak the best English. Greatest reader. I confess that. And I don't know why it was put upon me to do it. But I'm trying to be obedient to Allah. And one person looked beautiful. Because you know what? I've changed and transformed the life, but actually it's not me. So the good that comes from me comes from Allah, God, and the bad that comes from me comes from myself. So if I've said something in error while I've been on, but I want to thank for the donations, because everything that you see in these pictures and green screen and all this, y'all have given me donations. But you have given me prayers, even if it's just one prayer. All praises to Allah for that. And it's incumbent upon me to say thank you for the sponsors that I have to help me with this programming. If you need an ad in a newspaper, whether you from Chicago or someplace else, and you want to help somebody else, or give greeting to somebody, the Citizen Suburban newspaper, they come out once a week, and they're located in Chicago at 8741 South Greenwood in Chicago in the United States of America. Great newspaper. And if you visited Chicago and you need your haircut, about time for me to get a haircut. You have a barber, they call the greatest barber in Chicago, Brother Stan, the man. And he is at Herb's Barbershop at 7909 South Jeffrey at Herb's Barbershop. Stan, look, that's his name, Stan. And the thing is, he got short, he got braids, and you know what? And he sanitized his equipment. Some barbers don't sanitize their equipment. You know what? You might be visiting Chicago. I know somebody in Chicago, so visit him. It's on the east side. That's the east side of Chicago. Some people say it ain't no east side. It's the southeast. We say the east side. Okay, it's a 7901. So yeah. And then, if you need your car fixed, hey man, this is an honest mechanic. He's an honest mechanic. It's Rick's Muffler Shop on the east side of Chicago, located at 83rd and Commercial, 8300 South Commercial. Hero School is right across the street. Okay, and if you need your camera fixed in Hanover Park, the Royal Cameras, I don't know the address, I'm gonna get there. Support them. You know what? They support me. And then last but not least, I got to, hey man, they say charity starts at home. If you want a video production services in the Chicago area, this is the name of my company. You may not be able to see it. It's Shamar Media Productions. We make television shows. 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute PSAs for social media, and we do video editing. Shamar Media Productions LLC. I forgot to leave that out. And you know what? I appreciate it. And first, I give all praises to God, Allah, for giving me strength and the knowledge to get to acquire the knowledge. And I want to give a special thanks out there. This is a special thanks to all the naysayers, all the people that say, you know what, I couldn't do this. Man, you don't stand no chance. You're wasting your time. Why you getting all these likes? Why you start? Wow. I want to say thank you to all of the people that put me down and tried to destroy me and tried to make me feel like nothing. But you know what? It's something you didn't know. You gave me encouragement, but something you really didn't know. I was seeking refuge in God, Allah. So there's things, and you know what? I look at people when they do that, because you know what? It shows they have an insecurity problem. They want to puff their chest and, oh, I'm in shock. You know, that's your thing. Do your thing. Do you. But you know what? But see, I seek refuge in my Creator. I seek refuge in my Creator from the Shaitan. The Shaitan is the devil. And the people that the devil uses to try to disrupt your mission and get you to go on right and get you to change course. For whoever Allah helps, you obey. Can't guide. You can't. You know, you're not the one guiding me. Allah, God is the one that is guiding. So all the naysayers, thank you. And you know what? I have the opportunity for you to show me who you are. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's okay. You have a right to be who you want to be. I have the right to seek refuge in Allah from the oppressor and those that want to destroy. You know what? I gotta say one more thing about China. One thing, you know what, China, I'm not in love with it because they're Muslims that are being ostracized from the society in China. And I think at some point it's very hypocritical. I'm a United States citizen. It's very hypocritical to say what Russia is doing in the Ukraine and China is openly hurting Muslims. Openly. No, it's documented. No, that's something that I am not making up. You know? And it's distasteful, but that's you know what, they're doing it to China, they're doing it to Muslims and Muslims for their belief in Allah, for praying 5 times a day. Okay, for believing in one God, subhanahu Allah, his name is Allah. Going through Ramadan, where we fast for 30 days. Okay. We pay the zakat during Ramadan. That's I think it's 2.5% of your earnings for that year. And I may be wrong about that. May Allah forgive me. And the Hajj. It's the Muslim's obligation to go to the Hajj. And they are oppressing people that are seeking to do the will of Allah, whether their deeds are high, low, and in the middle. Their faith is high, low, and it's wrong. You know, tyranny is tyranny. Tyranny, just like the Crusades were. You know, tyranny is tyranny. So you know, that's something that I hope that China works out with the Islamic community. Very oppressive, being oppressive to people that are seeking to do the will of God. And it's wrong. It's wrong. You know, it's wrong to do a Christian. Wrong. It's wrong to do a Jehovah's Witness. Wrong. It's wrong to do a Roman Catholic. Wrong. It's wrong to do a Presbyterian. Wrong. It's wrong to do somebody wrong from the Universal Church of God. It's wrong. You know? And that's what I will say. But man, Lord knows because you know what? I love talk. But you know what? I can do another show. Because I love to talk. Like, you know what? No telephone calls. But you know something? I always say, if one person got something good for the time I've been broadcast on this platform, I did something. It changed one person's life. But the good that came from me, it really didn't come from me. It came from God. It came from Allah. And the bad that came from me, everything that I said wrong, may Allah forgive me, came from myself. So I think what I'm going to do is say goodbye and thank you to the people in Canada, in America, Central America, Brazil, Peru, El Salvador, and Africa, diaspora. It's my ancestors come from. Europe, Asia, and Russia. Special prayer go out to the Ukrainians and what they're going through. May there be peace in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine. May there be peace there. May there be peace in the UK. There's a group called Islam for the UK. May there be peace with them and Handsome Chowdhury. I would love to interview one day. You know, Handsome Chowdhury is a cleric in England. And you know what? I would love the opportunity to interview. You know what? I sent something. It probably didn't get to him, but you know what? Probably didn't get to him. I'm not gonna say, but you know what? One day, inshallah, if it's the will of Allah, I get the opportunity to interview. He's the Imam in England, and his name is Andrew Chowdhury. Y'all look him up. Very smart man. I like him. You know, and Brother Sahaj in New York, I would like to interview him. And I wrote to the Nation of Islam to try to interview Minister Farrakhan of the Nation of Islam in Chicago. It was Jamil there. But once I had opportunities to interview his, I'm not going to say disciples, I'm going to say his people that he has taught. So actually somebody told me, brother, when you had the chance to interview us, it's like you was interviewing him. Because we're proteges of Minister Farrakhan of the Nation of Islam. You know, I'm an Orthodox Muslim, but you know what? I like to hear about what all sides. That's why I ask questions. You know what? And Lord knows, I love their bean pies. They got a supreme bean pie. I love it. I really do. There's a sister on that I did a show with that makes bean pies. Damn, you know what? I forgot the name. That was years ago. But it's in Chicago. Hers tastes just as good, not better, than the supreme pie. But the supreme pie is great too. You know what I like about hers is, you know what, the crust is real. Sister Amani's bean pies in Chicago. What I like about hers is I like her crust is thick, and I always like thick crust. You know, Amani's bean pies I had on the show years ago. I'm gonna try to get on again, but there I go again. Get out doing another show. Lord knows, I would have got a lot of telephone calls and a lot of, and would have got a lot of chats. God, I probably would be on here down there all night. But I want to, just say thank you again. Thank you for the donations. You have helped me. And you know what? And thank you for the prayers. But the prayers should come before the donation. And I know, no matter if I ask for donations or prayers, I won't get any more than what Allah wants me to get. I'm grateful. If it's $1, if it's a penny, I'm grateful if it's a short prayer. My own prayer. Thank you. Because they used to they used to do a cigarette commercial in the United States, Virginia Slim. They used to have a slogan, "You come a long way, baby." I came a long way. By the grace of Allah. And I pray that I will remain humble. Don't think more of myself than what I am. But see, if you exhibit those type of attributes, you are exhibiting attributes of the Shaitan in the devil when I pray. And like I said, once I get through with this broadcast, I'm gonna get up and just make my salat. So like I say, for people that don't know, Ramadan is April the 2nd, in Chicago. Support your local mosque, Masjid Al Farouk at 8900 South Stony Island. Hey, they got house, need some place to live, they got food, they got money, and they believe in the Sharia law. Okay? And Masjid Al Fatih, where I go, support it. At 4700 Kenwood, Woodline, 4700 and MCC Masjid on Elston Avenue. And Manu, I think it said 47 for 51st in Calumet. They believe in the Sharia too. Only thing that disturbs the only thing that really disturbs me, it kind of disturbs me sometimes. When Muslims say, "Oh man, when they put a microphone in front of them, oh man, do you believe in democracy? Do you believe this best? Oh, it's best for the society." And you know what disturbs me is the imams say we believe that democracy is the best thing for the society and culture. But that is not what the rank and file believe that Sharia law. What is Sharia law? Sharia law is Islamic law that eventually one day will be passed down from the scholars about how we're supposed to act, how we're supposed to dress. And the imams that say that, I'm just astonished that when they're being interviewed, they're interviewing an imam, they never make the statement, "Wow, I thought that your prophet said that one day the Sharia law will be implemented and that's the best thing for the people." But the reporter is not smart enough. Not smart enough. You know, it's just interesting. It actually, it kind of turns me off. But Imam told me a long time ago, I'm not going to call his name, he said, "Yeah, it's true. You can't say that, right? Because it's wrong." See, you can't say that. I'm not going to say who Imam is. I said, man, smart. I said to him, being smart is doing what the prophet said, saying what the prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said is best for the people. But they're the imams. Imam, what is an imam? An imam is like a preacher. Okay, the imam is like the leader of your community, like a preacher. Our priest is the leader of your community. Okay, but I don't really agree with that. But like Dr. Khalif of the Nation of Islam said, first of all, I'm not with the Nation of Islam. I'm Muslim. Okay. But I can say something he said. He said, "I hold no official position." I hold no official position, so I could say I believe in the Sharia law. I could say it. I think if I had an official position, and I'm pretty sure if I had an official position and my imam said, "I do not want you to say that," 9 times out of 10, I would submit. Grace and peace to you. Mr. Israel. And thank you very much. Shalom, shalom. But the only thing is, I can say that I believe it. I can say that I believe in Islamic law because, like Dr. Khalif said, he wore Sean Hamilton out on the interview. Dr. Khalif Muhammad, y'all looked that up, made him look like Sean Hamilton comes on Fox Television. He just made him like a fool. And that's what he said. I hold no official position. So that's when he got thrown out of the Nation of Islam. And I didn't like when he got thrown out of the Nation of Islam. First of all, I'm not with the Nation of Islam, but the thing is, I didn't like it any better than when Malcolm got thrown out of the Nation of Islam. I think that it was people within the Nation of Islam that became jealous and envious and hateful of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. And they spread the flames because they knew that he was the next heir to take the reign of be the driving force of the Nation of Islam if something happened to Minister Farrakhan. And you know what? I didn't like that, but like I said, I'm not with the Nation of Islam. All I'm doing is just speculating, because the thing is, they do what they do, we do what we do. But like I said, I didn't like it though. But that's just how it was, So, hey, but like I said, you probably said, why am I saying it about the nation? Like I said, I don't belong to the Nation of Islam, but it's a brother that I knew, Brother James Muhammad. He used to be editor of the Final Call newspaper, and I had the privilege to do an interview with him. And he always treated me grand. He always treated me great, And if he called me right now, I said, you know what, man, I want to come on your little platform. I'm going to say, ain't no problem, bro. It's no problem. I have no problem with sharing. I don't. Because, it comes with Allah. I only have all this about Allah's permission. So I get, what? Brother Israel, I turned around and done another show. We was talking about Chris Rock. We talked about Russia. We talked about China, the politicians in China, their dictatorial government and them being smarter than the politicians in the United States of America. I showed information and talked about Chris Rock and talked about Will Smith, education, politics. So, what I'm going to do is, I've been saying I'm going to get off for the longest, but Lord knows I can talk. It's one thing to talk, but if you ain't talking about nothing, it don't make no difference anyway. I was talking to a brother today. He said, man, what do you think? He said, man, I don't look at the news. And I said, man, that's not really good. President of the top 10 club, Mr. Ramsey, said, we had coffee in the morning at 7900. Right off Yates, McDonald's. Said that, she told him that's not very smart when you don't read and you don't look at the news. Because you know what? If you don't read and you don't look at the news, you don't have a cosmopolitan view of life. You don't really know what's going on in the world. For me, it's hard to have conversations. It's hard for me to have conversations with people like that. It's hard. See, we talking about Will Smith. Okay, I don't even know what that is. Okay, something came up in the chat. Okay, and the priest's lips keep knowledge. Oh, ain't no question about that. Keep knowledge. Yeah, yes they do. And like I say, I have a very hard time forming a relationship with an individual that does not read, and does not keep up with the news, and has no ideas what's going on. They can tell me that the Chicago Bulls won, out of Bears won, out of Blackhawks won, out of soccer team won, out of cricket team won, but they cannot tell me anything that went on in the news that affects the problem with it. And you know what? It's something somebody said. I'm plagiarizing. No, plagiarizing is right. What I'm doing is I'm repeating somebody, but I can't get a quote of who said it. Once you figure out you're the smartest person in the room, it's just to find a place to go. And you know what? I like to be around people that can think, people that can talk, people that can communicate. And once I find out you have very little knowledge, I can't gravitate. I don't think that I can get a good exchange if I'm giving you information all the time and you have no idea whatsoever what is going on. The problem. You know what? I'm not going to disrespect them, but the thing is, I'm probably going to be limited in what I say to them. That's when a person say, go back to the Creator. We sitting up here talking about religion. And you say you don't believe in God. I'm going to stop talking. I learned that the hard way. So you're trying to convince somebody. So stop talking. Because I know there's nothing that I can say. See, you're not a Christian, you're not a Muslim, you're not a Jehovah's Witness, you're an atheist, and you have the right to be what you want to be. It's your right. And it's a price you got to pay. On the day of Yom Kippur, on the day of judgment. But you have the right. You have the right. But when I find out they don't believe in God, and the subject matter is God, I don't even talk to them. I treat them with respect. I'm talking about in terms of engaging in dialogue with them. And I'm talking about in terms of engaging in dialogue with them. And they have said that they do not believe in the Lord. They don't believe in Jesus, peace and blessings be upon them. They don't believe in Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon them. They don't believe in none of that. But I'm going to say again, they have the right to do what they want to do and be. I'm only talking about me. Turn it into another show, man. You know what? I'm going to get off. Who knows? I may do a show tonight. I'm going to look at the news and see if anything has changed. But I'm going to get Dr. Lee Warren, a Planned Parenthood man, to call tonight to see if I can do a show. I'm going to give him a call. There's something I'm going to do. I'm going to take that back. Inshallah, there's something that I want to do. If that's Allah's will. Because who knows, I might not even make it up those steps. That's what I always say. You can never say what you really do. You can say what you want to do. That's like when you leave, people are in the habit of saying, I'll see you tomorrow. Man, you can say that. But you don't even know what the next second holds. So, you know, when in Islam we say, Inshallah, see you tomorrow, Inshallah. Inshallah means that's the will of Allah. I can't tell you. I was going to say, I'll be back tomorrow. I said, I might come back on the show tonight. I might come back, Inshallah. I'll be back tonight. And who knows, I may do a half an hour show because I'm going to look at the news. And then I'll talk about it, Inshallah. It's the will of Allah. So, brother, I want to, Israel, thank you. And all the people that listen. Hey, I'm talking. Thank you for the people that made donations. But first, thank you for the prayers that you gave me and my platform to help us to grow. That I appreciate. Okay, you say click the notification. Okay, I'm clicking the notification. Okay, you want me to click the notification? Okay, grace and peace on the ground. All praise to Allah. Still real. All praise to Allah. Shalom, shalom. No, brother, it's the Hebrew Israelite. In Chicago, his name is Shem Shai. He used to sell merchandise if you live in Chicago. On 75th and Stony Island, there's a Curtis Exchange. The Kentucky Fried Chicken's across the street. I had him on as a guest once. Shem Shai. You know what I mean? This is Lee. And we were just talking about the Illuminati and the Skull and Bones and Bohemian Grove and the Foreign Relations Committee, me and Dr. Lee Warren. And you know what? He turned around and said, we know about all of them. He said that to me and Dr. Lee Warren. But he said, but after it's all said and done, the Lord above is in control. That was the first time I heard Dr. Lee Warren that does a show on Can Television called Power Lady Man. That was the first time I ever heard Dr. Lee Warren say amen. I'm going to say it one more time. He said, we know about the Skull and Bones, the FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, Bohemian Grove. We know about them and what they doing. But after it's all said and done, the Lord above is in control. You see, brother, everything that they trying to control, everything that they trying to take over, you say in the end, Shem Shai, you say in the end, you say that ain't gonna make no difference anyway. All praises to Allah. Oh, Shem Shai. Oh. Wait a minute. What about the Israelite brother from? Oh yeah, you know something? Dawa, man. I had him on, and you know what? He moved to. What do they make? Whirlpool. They make Whirlpool washers and dryers. I don't know if there's Waterloo, but wherever it is, I'm not gonna say wherever it is. He moved to where they make washers and dryers of Whirlpool. I forgot exactly where it is, but he moved. And I know I had him on my show. That was about 4 years ago. He ran for mayor. Of that town because he said he got the ballots, and he asked me, could I come on your platform to I said, yeah, man, you can come on. Dawa is a very, very intelligent brother. Yes, and people don't know, he had a show that came on Can Television, Comcast, in Chicago. And ABC, because they was trying to say that he was causing racial division with his content. ABC came and filmed him and put it on television. Dawa, great guy, as far as I'm concerned. He cares about his people. And he was at his children. You know what? I don't know. I think he was having some type of problem with his children. But you know what? I don't want to put nothing false out there. But all I know is that he moved to the place where Whirlpool, the people that make washers and dryers, he moved there. And like I said, he ran for mayor. I don't know if you call it mayor or constable, whatever the name is of that community. He got the ballots, he got all that. But like I said, after that, I never heard anything from Dawa. I have always had respect for Dawa, and he knew all he had to do was pick up the phone and say, brother, I got something I want to talk about. It was no problem. And I knew, because he told me out of his mouth, I have a show, television show. If there's anything that you need to talk about, I'm going to make room for you to create a show. It's no problem. When you can communicate your message. See, I have a hard time dealing with people that say they want to do something like that, they have a platform, and I extend the invitation to them to disseminate information, and they don't want to return it, and they have a platform. I think it's unfair, but that's why I always ask, can you return that favor? It's like a guy at WBON. There's a black radio station in Chicago. There's an individual that comes on. He talks about politics on Saturday. I'm not gonna call his name, but I had him on my television show 1, 2, 3 times. Each time I asked him, man, and I come on to your platform, because I think that is only fair. But if you have a platform, and I give you the opportunity to disseminate information, and I ask you beforehand, can I come on your platform? If you don't want to do it, you should be man enough to say, oh man, I don't want to do that. And then I got an opportunity to say, well, I ain't going to have you on. I'm still going to have you on. But this individual at WDON, and I'm not going to call his name. It's something I'm not going to do. I can say he comes on Saturdays, talking about politics, but he never extended the invitation to me. But the very words that came out to his mouth is, I'm going to extend the invitation to you. And you know what? Because it's been years, it lost credibility with me. I don't really, you know what? I don't respect that. I don't respect the man that can look boldly in my face and say, I'm going to have you on. And you, because you have been gracious enough to have me on your platform. I don't respect that, but you know what? I will not call his name. Maybe one day I will, but I will not. Just like somebody at a mosque on the east side of Chicago. I remember one time saying, you know, some mosque, I'm not gonna call the mosque's name. Say, man, we'll help you. We'll help you. We'll help you. If you have a son, we'll help you. And you know what? They did not reciprocate. But you know something? They're showing me something about them. That doesn't mean I won't go pray there, but I'm going to pray for the sake of Allah. But it showed me something about those two leaders. And I reminded them. But in reality, when they said that, they had no okay. They have I'm gonna read this. They were okay. You were before your time on the Can TV, brother. Many others on YouTube don't realize the energy and ground that you broke. All praises to the Allah, brother. You know what? Whatever good I have done, thank you. Shukran. Whatever good I've done has come from Allah. And whatever bad I've done has come from myself because I disobeyed. And did. Like Sly and the Family Stone say, it's your thing, do what you want to do. I disobeyed and did what I wanted to do. And I thank you for that compliment. All praises to Allah. like I say, the brother at WVON, if I see him, I'm still be respectful because I go back to what I said. I'm going to give whatever Allah wants me to have, and whatever Allah doesn't want me to have, I can't receive it anyway. But it showed me something about his character. It showed me something. Thank you, brother, for the compliment. It showed me something about his character. And it showed me something about the masjid, people at that particular masjid. It showed me something about two people. It showed me something about their character. But one thing about it, when Muslims do something wrong to another Muslim, we will settle it on the day of Yom Kippur. Now somebody said, what is he talking about, Yom Kippur? Don't make no sense. Okay, you're not supposed to. You're not a Muslim. Yom Kippur means the day of judgment. People will have things to settle with me on the day of Yom Kippur, and I will have things to settle with those two individuals on the day of Yom Kippur. But I was bitter about it. So bitter, I didn't even go to the mosque. Didn't even go to the mosque. I'm not going to call the mosque because you know what? We're going through Ramadan, and you know what? That'd be wrong. But I can just share something. I didn't even go to the mosque. I think for like about 1 year. Because I did something that was genuine for the sake of Allah. I did it from my heart, but I asked if they could help me in my Abuah. Abuah is mission, assignment, and both of them verbally, with their tongues and their mouths said, we will help you. And I was bitter about it. But the only thing that removed the bitterness is that when I prostrated, I got down on my knees and asked Allah, God, for guidance and wisdom, and said that I don't understand, but Allah told me. You're going to say, what voice you talking to? I ain't going to get off into that. Somebody say that every morning, but you know what? Allah told me, a manifestation and revealed to me, your brother, never, if you wanted anything economically to produce a television show. Never. He said, it showed me you were seeking refuge in them to give you assistance, but I am the one that gives assistance. I am the one that gives favor. And they gonna start crying. So therefore, all of the bitterness that I was garbage, that I was holding inside of me about my, I almost said the mosque. Allah forgive me. All of the bitterness that I was holding in myself about the mosque, that was removed. That was removed. But I understand the two people that made that. And you know what? They have a right, but it showed me something about the moral fabric of their characters. And that's what Allah showed me. I have helped you. I am the helper. No matter how many people have put you down, tried to destroy you, tell you that I said that I couldn't do it, I can't do this, I can't do that. seek refuge in Allah. And you know what? That is what I'm going to continue to do, inshallah, until they throw dirt in my face. But then it will just be a body, but my spirit. Therefore, I can never die. So that's what I would say about that masjid. But that person, not going to call it a masjid in Chicago, that person, let's just say, that person was away for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm not going to say what that person did. I'm not going to say what that person didn't do. They got on the phone and called me. They tried to act like they did not do anything. They said, made a statement, can I come on the show? And I had the opportunity to tell him what you have done to me. I have not forgotten that. And we will deal with that on the day of Yom Kippur. He said, person, then they got slick and said, I didn't say when. So therefore, when he said, I didn't say when, I said, but when I came to your office and asked you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to. That person, or a person that could say, Inshallah. Inshallah means if it's the will of Allah. They can say, Inshallah. But in reality, they have no intentions of carrying on their actions. It's okay. Because on the day of Yom Kippur, that'll be dealt with and lived with. And like I said, through the pain that I went through, Allah showed me I am the one that gives help. I am the one. Seek refuge in Allah. And you know what? That's what I'm doing. So I will get. I'm going to say it again. I will get. No matter how many donations I ask for, no matter how many prayers I ask for, I will get what Allah is a lot I has for me. Whether a person wants to deny me, they want to deny me, and Allah wants me to have it. You don't have the power to stop what Allah has for me. And if I want something, and Allah does not want me to have it, you can give it to me on a silver platter, a gold platter, a titanium platter. It will not succeed anyway. So you know what? So I'm gonna hold on to this demon. They have a place in Chicago where people live underground. It's called Wacker Drive. I'm going to hold on to this dean of Islam if I have to bite the bark of a tree. Because all of these material things, the car, the money, the wife, the daughter, the hotel, the motel, the woman, the beautiful one. You know what? In the end, that ain't gonna make no difference anyway. It ain't gonna make no difference. So you know, but holding on to my religion is more important to me than everything that I possess. If I have to move to a shelter, as long as I can seek refuge in my creator from the Shaitan and the devil, these things ain't gonna make no difference anyway. Damn, I went off into another show. Oh, this is what happened, man. You know what? Something about it. I just get to talking, but you know what? I talked and I'm very inquisitive and I ask a lot of questions. You know, I'm asking a lot of questions. I have an inquisitive mind. Inquisitive means that I'm always wondering what is going on. And you learn by listening to other people. And you know what? Israel, I thank you for your comments. I really do. And I say that humbly, you know. But I'm going to hold on to this dean if I lose everything. Because like I said, once Jesus, peace and blessing be upon him, come back, it's going to be on. There ain't going to be no atonement. Atonement means asking for forgiveness. So I understand that. Like I said, to the Muslims out there, Ramadan is coming up. Support your local mosque. Whether you are in Canada, United States, Brazil, Peru, Central America, Mexico, Europe, Africa, the UK, Asia, Palestine, support your local mosque. Support. I ain't gonna tell you to walk. There's no compulsion in Islam. You cannot force some fools going around here saying, man, we force people in Islam. You cannot force somebody in it, something that they don't want to be. There's no compulsion in Islam. But you know what? But support your local mosque wherever you live. Whether you live in the hills, you live in the valley, you live on a flat plain, and you live up underneath the earth. I'm talking about in a tunnel. Support your local mosque wherever it is. Islam, and since we talking about Islam, man, I went off into another show. I want to thank Joe Biden, U.S. President Joe Biden, for letting more Muslims come to the United States from Afghanistan and them pulling the forces from Afghanistan. You know what Joe Biden is all right. In spite of what Fox Television said, but you know what I love about it? He doesn't care anything whatsoever what Fox Television says. Sean Hannity and Mr. Carson doesn't care. So they can beat him. They can beat on him verbally all the day. And you know what I love about it is what they say is like Farrakhan say it's like breaking wind in a hurricane. Before you smell it, it's gone. Fox Television is comedy. When I look at it, it's comedy too. It's comedy. Because you know what? I am so glad we got this president that does not care what Fox Television doesn't care. It's rhetoric. Rhetoric, in my opinion. Okay? Rhetoric. But entertainment. Now, I just look at it just to see get a laugh and just to hear what the other side is saying. But I'm gonna say, Joe Biden, thank you. Thank you for not eliminating sanctuary cities where Muslims and Mexicans can come to get, and Haitians can come into the country and get help. I want them to come to Chicago. Because Chicago is a sanctuary city. They can get help. They can even get a driver's license. They can go apply for aid. They can apply for a rent card. They can apply for a subsidy. So Muslims that are listening, well, I wish y'all all come. I don't believe in wish y'all come to Chicago because Chicago It's a sanctuary city. Hate to the Haitians who come to Chicago. So Joe Biden, and thank you for Joe Biden. He's letting the people from Ukraine come to the United States of America. Joe Biden is a good man. He's a good man and he's a smart man. And I still believe that the Chinese are smart. They're smart. I think that Joe Biden knows that anyway. It's nothing really U.S. can do because we're in debt to him. But Joe Biden, say that again, thank you for letting the Muslims come from Afghanistan into the United States of America and the troops leaving Afghanistan. Thank you. Okay? And I can say that I'm a military man. You know what? I want to fight for this nation. So you got it right. Thomas Jefferson made the statement: the greatest form of patriotism is speaking up when you see things that are wrong. Okay? I wasn't around when he said it, but I can read. Okay? But thank you, Joe Biden. You know, Fox Television is funny to me. They try to make fun of him slipping down and falling and forget. Hell, Sean Hannity forgets. Okay? All of us continue to live. But Fox Television, it's fun. You know what? Fox Television is funny to me. But you know what? I am so. I hope Sean Hannity and Apostle gets the opportunity to see this. It is funny. All the rhetoric you said, it's funny to me. The president is not paying no attention to you, boy, the way I know you're talking to your people, but he don't care nothing about what you say. Don't care nothing about what you think. What you think to the president Joe Biden, it means nothing. It means nothing. Nothing. Because he knows he's against you. You're against him anyway. And actually, I'm pretty sure that President Joe Biden, he's a mature man. When they turn to Fox Television and listen to the rhetoric, they probably laugh about it. They laugh about it. It's so one-sided. It's so one-sided. But people got a right to listen to what they want to listen to. But I'm sure they laugh about it. You know, Fox Television, it's a comedy show to me. It's a comedy show. The interviewer, Sean Hannity, he sits back and asks questions and then interrupt you. But didn't you say? I haven't even finished my statement yet. It's funny to me. But like I say, thank you. I'm gonna give a clap for Joe Biden for letting the Muslims from Afghanistan come into the country, leaving Afghanistan and letting the Ukrainian people come to the United States of America. He's a good man. In spite of what happens to next election, he's a good man. Yes, positive. And I'm gonna get rid of that because that'll look like I'm ego tripping. I'm just trying to find something else in the chat room. But Joe Biden, good man. In spite of what the other side says. The other side, it just never made any sense to me when they got rid of the health plan. Obamacare, they got rid of it. But you know what was so funny to me? I'm a veteran anyway. I went to the VA. What was funny? You're getting rid of it. But you ain't even putting nothing in its place. You know what? How did you get there? You're getting rid of it. But you ain't putting nothing in its place. Now the senators and the congressmen work for the American people. And they can walk into any hospital that they want to. You know something? That don't make no sense to me, but you know what? I'm a veteran. But people voted him in. So I will say something. Turn and listen to the show. You know what, man? I got to get off. But you know what? I will say this. The last thing is, if you don't vote, you can't complain. You can't complain. But I believe that voting, in a sense, it don't make no difference anyway, because the minister said your politicians are bought and paid. I gave you 100,000 to get influence, and that man give you $2. Who you think is going to have more influence? The politicians are bought and paid for. Before they run in office, they got people that do research, extensive research, to find all these skeletons in their closet. But they have control. I'm talking about the powers to be have control. It's like a puppeteer thing. I can make this hand do anything. It's a hand you don't see. So it don't make no difference anyway. As soon as they win the election, the office is flooded by lobbyists to look out for the best interests of big business interests. It don't make no difference. Now, I've been on it just long, 2 hours. Well, but I never talking so much. So I want to say, like I said, I want to say, give everybody the words, Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon the people in Ukraine, Russia, United States, Asia, Africa, the UK, Palestinian, Europe, and Africa, and the North Pole and the South Pole. I'm probably pointing in the wrong direction. That's what happens when they don't teach geography, that much geography in class. So I'm going to give everybody the words about somebody that use. Mr. Israel, I thank you. Thank you. If you like this broadcast, thumbs up. If you just hated it, say, man, I hate everything you say, give me a thumbs down, because you know what? I appreciate it. And if I needed more sound, I needed more light, anything like that, you know what? Let me know. You know, I'm a big boy. Not that I'm a boy. I think they say that they're good fellas, man. You see, you're a funny guy. Anthony tried to interrupt. He said, no, he didn't mean to say that. Then Stack said he's a big boy. He knows what he said. So I'm a big boy. If you have some criticism for me, that's how we grow. Tell me. And I will work to improve. I want to bring you better content anyway, because of the prayers and the donations that you have given me, because that's not really the reason. I want to just strive to perfect what I'm doing, and nothing is ever going to be perfect. Only Allah, only God is perfect, but I'm going to strive to make a better show. And share this. You know what? If you got a Facebook, share this on Facebook. Go to the bottom, share it on LinkedIn. Go to the bottom of your page, share it. Pin press it. You got to pin press it. Go to the bottom, share it. You got to link it. Go to the bottom, share it. Share with your social network. That's if you liked it, but if you didn't like it, your thumbs down. You know what? I'm a big boy. I can take it. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody the words of Assalamu alaikum. And Ramadan is April the 2nd, 2022. What is Ramadan? Ramadan is where the Muslims fast, be it 29 days or 30 days. What do they fast? They fast. They don't eat any food in the morning. I mean, they don't eat when the sun is up. They don't drink water when the sun is up. They don't engage with their wives when the sun is up. They concentrate on God, Allah. And that's what they concentrate on. And at night, We make tahajjud prayer. We're not working the night shift. In the last 12 or 13 days, I forgot how many, is the night of power. And Lord knows you get more blessings. And they believe one of those nights, on an odd night, will be the night of power. When you're making your tahajjud prayer. That's what we praying. We praying almost all night. All night. You live by a mosque, and when you hear people praying at night and leaving at night, and do it every night. So, and we break our fasts. You break your fasts. When the sun is up, you cannot do anything like that. But when the sun goes down, you break your fast with a fig, a food, and with your brothers. If you can go to your local masjid, y'all eat, y'all talk about Allah. All praises to Allah. So thank you for everybody that just hung right now. Thank you. Allah bless you. Salaam alaikum.